This hearing of the June 17th Commission will now come to order. I am Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. This committee was put together to try to decipher the words and actions of WWE's Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the Board of Directors Vincent Kennedy McMahon, leading up to his public statement on SmackDown in Minneapolis, Minnesota on the night of June 17th, 2022. Earlier this week, the Board of Directors of WWE announced that back in April, they had launched a probe into certain actions allegedly done by Mr. McMahon involving an affair with a female employee of the WWE. Apparently, non-disclosure agreements were found concerning $3 million of so-called hush money given to said employee. The name of this woman will remain anonymous for now, as we have been unable to find out her name. The NDAs had the names of not just Mr. McMahon, but one of his top executives, John Laurinaitis. What his role in this affair is has not been declassified yet. Late Thursday night, June 16th, Mr. McMahon announced that as to not disrupt the probe and to protect his name and his business, he would be stepping down as CEO and chairman. The positions have since been given to his daughter Stephanie McMahon Levesque, wife of recently retired superstar Paul Levesque, also known as Triple H. This transition happened mere weeks after Stephanie announced she would step down temporarily from her duties to spend time with her family. Mr. McMahon did say he would work with the company in a creativity role. Early on Friday, June 17th, Mr. McMahon announced he would be making a statement on SmackDown as it broadcast live on the Fox network from Minneapolis. By this point, many of the WWE universe had heard about the probe and the resignation. Some may have been thinking Mr. McMahon would make the resignation public, perhaps just stating the WWE would not be seeing him for some time. At 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Mr. McMahon strutted down the ring as he usually does. He was not introduced as chairman of the board or CEO of WWE as he usually was. And when he took the microphone, he said the following, and I quote, "It is a privilege, as always, to stand before you tonight, the WWE Universe. It is especially a privilege to stand here in this ring in Minnesota. I'm here simply to remind you of the 4 words we just saw in what we call the WWE signature. Those 4 words are then, now, forever, and the most important word is together. Welcome to SmackDown." Mr. McMahon then tossed the microphone out of the ring nonchalantly and swaggered to the back. This committee has decided that this was not the best thing to say while staring down a misconduct investigation. And some of the crowd in the arena that night probably figured that out as well, as they were significant booing of Mr. McMahon, even if the WWE media trucks did their best to drown them out. There was absolutely no mention of the probe or of his resignation. He did not even say he would be stepping away. Whether he figured everyone in the arena and watching at home knew the circumstances or not is still unknown. Even a mention that he would be sticking around in a much reduced role would have been sufficient. This cryptic message he left for the WWE Universe was made to sound like things weren't as bad as they looked. Almost as if these accusations would amount to nothing. Just like the accusations against Mr. McMahon's friend and Hall of Famer, former President Donald Trump, made by people such as Stormy Daniels. But this committee would like to remind you, Mr. McMahon, that you are not as rich or influential or as polarizing a celebrity as President Trump was and continues to be. President Trump has followers that would gladly start a civil war for him if he asked them. No one is willing to go to the mat with you, Mr. McMahon. I am certain that your family and a few friends will support you in public. But if you think Linda, your wife of so many years, is going to forgive you should you be found guilty of this affair, you have truly lost your cognizance. Furthermore, your creativity has been lacking severely as of late. You may have had many injuries that muck up your grand scheme, but you cannot tell us that the best you can come up with is Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. It is not simply the fact that you stepped down now. It is more the fact that you should have stepped down some time ago when ratings started to drop after leaving the Thunderdome. It was about then that you started losing your touch. It is the opinion of this committee that Vincent Kennedy McMahon be forced to explain himself to the WWE Universe. He need not even be on Raw or SmackDown to do it. A tweet or a published statement will do. The fans of sports entertainment, including one particular fan, who has been loyal to the company for more than 35 years now, deserve more than the cryptic message left behind by him on June 17th. The WWE Universe is together in hoping the company will not fold or be bought up or be harmed by this. But as far as this committee is concerned, Mr. McMahon, you are very much on your own. Pursuant to Clause 13, this hearing is adjourned. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlog who always tells it like it is. Stay safe, pray for peace, and I'll see you